Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, the folks, sampler review series videos I would do for the while. I'll go over their trap food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I hate the fact that it's fucking warm out again. I'm so done with the warmth. I just don't want it to be done. I'm honest. I'm just, we've been having some really nice weather lately. Brandon Wenzel weather. It's been nice. It's been chill. It's been kind of overcast. Not a lot of annoying ass sun. And today it's warm and it's fucking humid. And it's like, no, let's be done. Let's just... I hate it so much. But anyway. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt I'm wearing today. Boom! It's my Mia X Alley shirt, which I've worn in the past, but it's been a little bit. If you are not familiar with this association, this is a pair of, I don't like the term, I don't like referring to them as, YouTube musicians, because that makes it seem like they're just limited to that platform. But that's certainly where they've gained a lot of their notoriety from. The first being Mia Asano, who she goes over there, she plays an electric violin, which is super fucking cool. And then you have Allie the Piper, who goes over there, she plays the bagpipes. I was fortunate enough, they went on tour, very first tour, and the very first date of their very first tour happened to be in my home state of Illinois. So proud. And they were fucking blast. The two of them were absolutely amazing. I, at that point, was really only familiar with Mia Asano's work. That's really why I was there. But, her and Allie and, individually, and even the backup band that they had, everybody was just completely on point. I am super duper duper proud. And I have no right to be proud, but it's great to see them doing so well, because it is something where it's a lot of times, even in today's environment, I feel like, the internet celebrity thing is often kind of shrugged off in more contemporary, veins. And it's well, no. These are legit people working hard. Their fans believe in them. There's no reason to be dismissive of them. But anyway, they're super fucking cool. I actually got a whole bunch of videos of their performance. They're on my channel as well, just in case you're interested. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, it's this because it's what I grabbed. Boom! It is Ruffles FLAMIN HOT Queso Cheese Chips. I like Ruffles Queso chips. They're probably one of my favorite chips of all time. They have some of the best fucking flavor. I don't know if I'm going to be huge into the FLAMIN HOT variety. I like spicy stuff, but I don't know. In chip format, I've always been a little bit here or there. It's hit or miss for me. But I like Ruffles, and I have faith in them, so hopefully this will be delicious. Let's give it a shot. Smells like the queso chips. I will say this is a little bit better than it has been in the past, but I always like to highlight this when I do chip reviews. Here's the bag. It's about the size of my head. You pull it down, significantly smaller than my head now. So it's a gripe that I have when it comes to chips. Again, this one isn't as bad as I've seen, but it's still... Anyway, chip looks like that. It's all red and shit. Let's give it a go. It still has a nice queso taste. That for me is really the key thing. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. These are kind of lame. I like them because they have the queso aspect. So, in that regard, I'm perfectly fine with them. But, here's the problem. Not that spicy. There's a little spice, to be sure. You get sort of a warmth in your mouth. So I'm not going to say that there's nothing. But, especially when you call them FLAMIN HOT, I really am expecting a considerable amount of, I mean, obviously within reason, but I'm expecting at least a, somewhat fair amount of heat to come with it. If you have Flamin' Hot Cheetos, tastes like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They got some oomph to them. Even some of the Dorito stuff. These are just very, very weak. Like, it kind of works out for me because, again, I just really want the queso chips. That's really what I'm here for. But beyond that, ultimately I have to go off of what they're presenting, what they're trying to advertise to me. Even if I'm personally not all that interested in super hot queso chips, I'm reviewing it, so like I'm trying to let you folks know what to expect. And realistically, what you can expect are some really fucking weak ass chips. Like, and the thing is, even just the normal queso chips have a little bit of a bite to them, not much, but there's a little zing. So when you take that into consideration, and then you consider how weak these are, it's like, these have no right to have the Flamin' title on them at all. I would even just calling them spicy queso chips, I think would be, quite frankly, too much. Because they're not, there's really not much to them. I mean, I don't hate the chip, but again, it's because I just like the queso chips that they normally have. That aspect is still there. So it makes for a tasty chip. But the spicy aspect is just, I mean, it really is just extremely weak. I've mentioned this before when it comes to spicy stuff. It's made for the general public. A lot of times they dial it way down because they're trying to hit as many people as possible, and obviously the spicier you go, the more you're going to potentially put off customers, so you kind of, dial it back, kind of, to be safe. But the counterpoint to that is that, you're presenting it as being this spicy thing, and yeah, it's got a little bit of a kick to it, but it's a very, very tiny amount of kick. It's going to end up pissing off people who really want, like, a proper spicy chip, and you're giving them this weak-ass bullshit. So, my thing is this. You already have the queso chips, which are really good. There's a reason why they've been around as long as they are, or as long as they have. There's no reason to really fuck with that. And if you are, go full in. Go over there and really give, the people something to be like, oh, damn, okay, yeah, these are, and I'm not saying comically spicy or anything, but, at least up to, like, again, the level of, like, Doritos and fucking, Cheetos and shit, I don't know. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? No and no. They're just, no. I mean, even as somebody who enjoys some spiciness, I would just get the normal queso ones. I don't, the spice aspect of it it doesn't really sway me one way or the other. It's just, meh. And I'm honestly just more disappointed by it than I am enjoying it, so I would just get the normal queso ones. At least that way I'm getting the full queso flavor. If I'm recommending them to people, no. I mean, they're not bad chips, but it's just the thing of like, well, you could just get the normal queso chips. They're not that much different. And I expect that if you're somebody who's looking at this, looking at the FLAMIN HOT brand, you're thinking, oh, okay, this is going to be some chips with some oomph. There's no oomph. The oomph, there is a lackingness, almost complete lackingness of oomph. It is very, very weak. I would honestly even go as far as to say, if you're somebody who's not into spicy stuff, you could probably down a bag of these and not have any issue. Like, they are very, very weak. So, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there, have yourselves a truly, properly flamin' hot-tastic rest of your life. I did the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew. I reviewed that. Twice I reviewed that. Go watch those reviews. I'm not shitting you, I have an entire 12-pack of Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew that is left over. I found this one place on my way back. It was like this shitty little gas station. The guy was awesome, and he still had some available, like months after it had been off the shelves. I bought every can that he had, and then he was like, oh, by the way, I have two 12-packs over there if you want those. And I was like, oh, I do. And it's expired, but I don't care because it's Mountain Dew. So, like, there's nothing to degrade. Fucking Mountain Dew has, like, an atomic shelf life. But anyway, final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world not to be an asshole, especially when you're over there and you're being misled by chips. What kind of world is it that we're being misled by potato chips? I ask you. But it is really important when we run into situations in our life that are frustrating, stressful, etc. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try out some Ruffles FLAMIN HOT Queso cheese chips, as I have done here today. And maybe you're going to try them out, and you're going to be like, this is the weakest shit I've ever tasted in the history of weak-ass shit. Now, I can't, completely, corroborate that story. But I wouldn't be entirely, So then, you go over there, you hit me up in the comments, you're like, look, Brandon, we have to go over there. We have to bring back the honor of the FLAMIN HOT brand. We need to go do this together. And I'll be like, well, it depends on the day and the scheduling. Like, I have a weird work schedule. It's really hard for me to, like, and then weekends, like, I always try to get out, friends, and I gotta mow the lawn and shit. 37, it's pretty hard to schedule this type of shit, but, and we keep pushing it down the line. We pencil it in and shit, but it's, and eventually at a certain point, we just kind of like, because that's how fucking real life goes. Or conversely, they're not worth getting upset about, Maybe instead of getting upset about some potato chips, go over there and put like a hummingbird feeder or something in your backyard, right? And then you have hummingbirds, and then they're all cool and shit, and they're all like, because nature was like, I don't know if you're a bird or a bug, but fuck it. And that's what happened. I was there.